Okay, yeah, I'm playing with the music. Should pick this music and then we'll go live here. We are live here in the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum show, but it's our Tuesday night edition, our 8th experiment post-holiday on this date, September 6th, 2022, where we're going to talk about some of the Agile news, stock news, and post-holiday blues, hopefully happiness. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday. I'm going to hide the little thing, and I am live now. Hey, welcome. We're actually a little bit earlier, about a minute earlier than the 8 o'clock, but figure we'll start it off, get it going, and welcome to the nightly program. I kind of once I look over here, but I want to look straight ahead. For the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum show, where we do our news and events. Let's see. We are live. It says live according to Facebook. So we're live Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. And later on, I will download it and make it a podcast. But usually it takes, for some reason, YouTube like all night and into the afternoon tomorrow to allow me to create an MP3 file. I probably could do one with the software I have. So maybe I'll try that tonight, see if I can do that without worrying about YouTube. We'll check out the sound because I am using the StreamYard program, and I think it says I can download. So I'll give that a shot tonight, see if I can't post the audio earlier than waiting for YouTube. So we'll do that. And with that, what do we got? Any news here? Oh, just So let's go. I got a picture. I got to share some stuff. And I want to share my spreadsheet. I got our data on jobs. Went and pull that up. Let's share that with everyone. And put that there. That one. Should be here somewhere. Maybe I'm not. Why am I doing it? There's little me. Display capture. There we go. We are in the works here. Okay. So speaking of Agile business analysts, and business analyst is one of the top ones that I have on this list here. On October 19th, on 2020, October 19th, 2022, I am going to be doing an IIBA session with them, and it's a what do you want to call it? Encore presentation of building the $1 million team. So I will be presenting that. I will be probably sharing some job postings related to business analysts because it is an IIBA function here in Philadelphia. So I'm definitely going to share that with them, some trends, and maybe highlight some of the data from this actual show. But that'll be on October 19, 2022. So Agile business analyst, let's say we are down a little bit. We're at 14,429 here in the United States, down 500. Business analyst is down by 4,600 job postings, but it's still a hefty 73,352 in the United States. Scrum Master went down a little bit, but we'll see the data, how that's looking. We're at 87,000 jobs over the past month. Overall, in the United States, it looks like it's gone down a little bit since the last time we were doing a show. So we'll see if there's any trends on that one. Scrum Master Remote, 15,556. It's down 940. Product Owner Agile, that's down 2,000. It's not as big of a number before. It's almost 10%, right? But it's at 27,791. So it's a good product owner there. And again, we talk about shifting. And where's my mouse? There we go. Like just changing the words around sometimes gives you different results when you do a job search. So I recommend looking at both. See if you get any duplications. See if you get some different combinations. Don't hesitate to try other things. So the Agile product owner here in the States, it's 8,237, down 686. And again, here's a good example. Agile Project Manager lists at 30,644 jobs, which is down 4,000 jobs over the past month. postings, right? But also there is an Agile project manager remote. So that has 4,000 jobs. So you never know which way you're going to go. Project manager, that is down by 19,000, more than 10% down. It's down at 194,000. Enterprise coach, it's at 7,433, down 118. And I want, before I go any further, I want to make sure I got my comments going. In case anybody wants to comment on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, what I am going to do is I'm going to log into my LinkedIn account as we go. So, because the system won't let me do that, but maybe I can comment if there's comments. So, I will do that. It says I'm live. Okay, cool. All right. So, if there are comments there, I can comment back in LinkedIn if it doesn't work. So, I'll leave that there. I want to turn that off. Really don't want to suck bandwidth out of my system here. So as we're going, Agile Coach went down. It's at 15,199, down 1,400. Agile Remote, 69,000 job postings, and that is down 2,000. And the big Agile one, which we'd always talk about, 437,639, down 29,000 jobs. Again, this is why it's important to understand Agile, because there's a lot of jobs out there that request or have knowledge of Agile. A friend of mine the other day asked me about that. He was asking me some Agile questions. There is a lot of questions related to Agile, so it's good to know. So hopefully following what we talk about the show, which is free, allows people to get that. And speaking of that, and when we talk about this job, knowing some Agile, I do have a poll out there on my Greg Mester LinkedIn account, which I also shared on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum show. It's just that my Greg Mester account has more connections, has almost over 12,000. And what I put out there was a poll. What is your, you want to say, backlog or product management backlog software? And we have over 6,458 views so far. 291 people voted, so it's about 4%. You'll get about a 4% response on stuff on social media, to be honest with you. Jira is leading by 73%. Azure has got 20%. Rally is 3%. So we'll see how their business models are doing too when we look at their stocks. Okay, so back to EU, Agile Business Analyst, that's up by 126 jobs, votes. Business Analyst, 18,000 in the EU, up 709. So Scrum Master's down a little bit by 1,000. It's at 30,000 Scrum Master positions, so Scrum Master is still good. Product Owner Agile is 12,000. That's up by 1,000 there. And Agile Product Owner, which is a change of the words, has 7,167. It's pretty much unchanged, just a 28 job posting difference. Agile Project Manager is down 2,000 there in the EU. It's at 17,938. Agile Project Manager Remote is only 899. That's down 169. Project Manager is 52,684, down 5,600. Agile Enterprise Coach 413. That's down by 1,000. I mean, it's way down. Just right, Enterprise Coach. There you go. There's your job, Greg. Agile Coach up 114 at 11,289. Agile Remote 15,000. And again, Agile in EU, there's 239,000 jobs over there. It's up 16,000 jobs this month that want something to do with Agile. Greater Philadelphia, as we go into the October program, when we get there, it'll be nice to have some data for them. Agile Business Analyst set 1,500 jobs, down 66. Business Analysts, 6,554, down 105. So, but well, great. Why wouldn't I just do Business Analyst? Why would I need to know Agile? Because it expands your population of potential jobs by another 1,500. So that's almost, what is that? 25%, something like that. So you get a good chunk of more opportunities by having the agile part of a business analyst job here in Philadelphia alone. Scrum Master, 7,253, went down 63. Here's interesting. Scrum Master remote, 5,531. It went up 107 jobs. So maybe everyone can't find any Scrum Masters here in Philly, and they're hiring some remote people. Philly's a nice town. Product owner, Agile, again, 2,958. Agile product owner, 920. Both of them are within 100 of where they were before. Agile project manager is down 226 to a 2,286. And the remote job is down also, down where it's at 1,604, down 147. Let's see. Project manager, 13,000, down 1,000 there. Enterprise coach. So maybe I can get a job here in Philly. I got an enterprise coach, 507, up 114. Maybe I should go look around. I don't know. It's just up right now. But overall, Agile is down by 4,000. But there's still 43,000 jobs here in the Philadelphia area alone that ask about Agile. So with that said, let's look at the certs. Because we kind of want to look at what cert should I get, Greg? Everyone asks. CSM, there's 14,000 jobs, 14,000 that require the CSM. It's up by 77, no big change. PSM, 33,330. I love the 333. It's 17. It's pretty much the same. Safe Agile, again, went down a little bit. I know I said last time, it's like, hey, September, everyone's looking at jobs. They're putting to spend money. Now that free-for-all money kind of dies down a little bit. But it's still 10,000 jobs that talk about safe Agile. Less Agile, 1,900 jobs across the United States. Kanban, 17,000. I still amazed how many people want Kanban. But you know what? Maybe Kanban is what everyone wants in combination. Teach Kanban. So they talk about that a lot. CSPO, that's the product owner cert from scrum.org. 1,058. SPC Agile, which is something I also have, those are only 242 across the country. So, yes, you see a lot of SPC, but a lot of them don't know what it's about. PMI ACP, 1,200. And the granddaddy of them all, or grandmother of them all, the PMP, is at 350,519 positions out there to ask for a PMP. That's down 10,000. So that's not down too much, but it's down a big chunk. So that's what we're looking at that. Now let's look at the trends. Still got no comments. Okay. Weekly tracking. So I'm tracking it. So here's what the numbers are looking trend-wise. So in Philadelphia, lower than it's been the past month or so, right? We're down here now for overall. I believe this is the project manager. Let's see. Agile remote. That doesn't make any sense. It's kind of high. I have to check on that one. Project manager at 15,000. Let me double check that number. Agile remote. Did I put the thing in wrong? No, it's right. 20,000. No, it's right. There's 20,000 jobs in the area that require. So, of course, that's going to be higher. So that's just Agile in general that requires really Agile remote. Hold on. Yeah, 20,000. I didn't put Agile in there because it's 43,000. So that's pretty high. Everything else pretty stable. There's a couple. Looks like it's going down. What is this one? Agile project manager. That's trending down here in the Philadelphia area. What's this red one? That one's going down too. Agile project manager remote. So those two are going down in parallel. Of course they would, right? Across the United States, we had a bump up like we were talking about last week, just before the Labor Day holiday. I really do think it's government people hiring. And then they kind of shut down. They got a lot of job applications. But again, like this, what's this one? This is Agile project manager. That's kind of trending down since a peak back in August, early August. So it's coming down across there. Now, what I think is really telling is here in the EU, I look at the EU changes. This, which is project manager for the EU, has gone down in general, right? It's just slowly trending down. This one is Scrum Master is pretty stable. So as a Scrum Master, you're pretty good. You're pretty stable here in the EU. Not much change. Now, what's this green one here? Agile project manager. So that one's trending down. So that's paralleling the project manager role. So that's going down. Here's a blue one. What's this blue one here? Agile remote. That's trending down a little bit compared to where it was before. Other ones are pretty stable. So share that with you. It looks like pretty stable, especially for Scrum Master, right? So if you are, I would highly recommend, if you are a project manager, get your CSM, get a Scrum Master cert. It'll grow your ability to apply for jobs. So if you're in Europe and you're a project manager, but you're also a Scrum Master, you have now upped your possibilities by 30,000 job postings out there. It's not a bad thing. Gives you more opportunity, doubles it, right? Because it's 60,000 plus 30, not bad. Okay, so that's the numbers for that. I want to save this. Hope I'm covering things you're looking for from a job perspective. So, news. Let's see what's in the news. We got Altigen, who the maker of Jira and Trello. So I mentioned that survey. Someone did mention that they use Trello. So it's kind of interesting. Trello is also owned by Altigen. They bought them out. So today they're down 1.5. It sounded like everybody went down towards the end of the day. Look how they're doing it 5 days. 5 days. Doing good before the holiday, and the holiday kicked in. And they just dropped like a rock. I wonder how long everyone else is like that. Any news? Nothing. Here goes some news. Two-pronged strategy. A summer rally. Okay, this is just news, market news, but there's no news here in. If I do just a day, does it give me just the day's news? No news there on Google. Let's say Microsoft. Any news here? Microsoft stock underperforms Tuesday when compared to something. Microsoft changed European cloud license terms after complaints. Okay, so it went down today by 1%. So it's same as Altigen. Let's see if it has been done past day. It kind of tried to be up, but it's on a constant down path. So that's not too good. So that's Microsoft. And they make the Azure DevOps software, which again is at 20% of the usage for the 291 people that voted so far. So please let us know what it is. I'm thinking about putting a course together. It'll be cheap, but give some ideas, and I'll share parts of it as I go through the year and see how that goes. I'd love your guidance on which one you think would be to do first. 5 days, pretty much up and down. I mean, when we first started 5 days, it was higher. Now it's definitely lower. It's down 4% for the Amazon stock. Now, this is Amazon, right? So I'm already in Amazon. Amazon down past 5 days, down 3.96%. Workers say hiring Amazon executives destroyed operations. Ooh, that's good. They all like that movie. I started watching that movie. I don't know if anybody's watched Ring of Power yet. I started. I fell asleep. Sorry. I was exhausted yesterday after a long day. Tuesday's biggest analyst calls. Biggest calls. Why Amazon stumbled today. Yeah. Okay, nothing that great. Broadcom, the maker Rally. Rally is at 3% of those polled that actually use that software. So some today's stock outperforms competitor despite losses in the day. Rising earnings. Nothing really from a techie perspective. I have to go get some tech news. I have to go to tech news. Anybody can recommend any good tech news websites that I should go, maybe reference in the show, please let me know. I might go search for some, but I always love a comment on any good tech news shows. And let's see here. Past 5 days is down 3.6%. So it looks like everyone's down. Apple. Let's see how Apple today down 0.82. It really dropped there after opening bell, and it kind of came back up, but then stayed low. For the full week, down 4.72%. You know, I wonder if Apple needs to do more Agile work, because apparently they're losing market share. I don't know about market share, but they're not getting the revenue pop that they wanted. Says stock could get an iPhone 14 pop. Well, maybe. Apple's gaining on Facebook and Google and online ads after iOS privacy. Interesting. Maybe they're doing their own ad program. Alphabet, Google, our Google people also doing virtual servers and stuff like that. Let's see. Google, anything good? Falls Tuesday, a new investment, State Farm. Nothing really good. Google is unstoppable in the long run when you buy the stock. How we doing 5 days? They haven't gone down as bad as the other companies. So maybe. Comcast, local Philly company. And they dropped like a rock at the beginning of the day and stayed down. They didn't come back up. Down 2.85%. Down 4.72 for the week. Underperforms. Comcast, I could expect Disney to stick to its agreement to acquire 30%. I think it's 30% of the company. T-Mobile, Horizon Home Internet, new threat to cable. Okay. So that's where they're at. And we'll look at Zoom because we're looking at some virtual stuff just because of the fact we do a lot of virtual conferences and stuff. Zoom prepares, probably because they're meeting in October 19th with the IIB. It would most likely be a Zoom meeting, I'll be honest with you. Zoom investor tells startup founders, forget the past 3 years and accept something. I don't know what that is. I don't really read it. I found when I click on these things, all the ads and everything just slow the system down. So past 5 days are down 2.5% pretty much. So, okie dokie. So those are all the stock markets out there. Let's look at Agilist, what they have to say today. Oh, okay. So we got Scott Ambler, organization silos, blocking collaboration community. Are you actively breaking down those silos? I could comment what I am doing. I'm hitting those silos head on right now, and it's kind of frustrating. But it's what you need to do. You have to be gentle, but still try to work them through the system. Oh, God, it's a rough day when you got silos. Continuous throughput and agile organizations. So Leon Trainer has got something out there about continuous throughput. If you want to align beings, you have to know your audience. Can't manage or coordinate cats, but if you want to get them to go in the same direction, you just need a laser pointer. Actually, that's kind of funny. I have to give Al credit on that one. I like the laser pointer. Maybe that's what you do in a presentation. You show the laser pointer. It's like, oh, look, kitty cats. Right, Bubbles? Bubbles is out cold here. The trainer visualizes Scrum values. I post in scrum.org. Here we go. Alan, you're always putting stuff out there. I don't much like the term stakeholder. IMO, stakeholder, usually means somebody with enough power that they can throw it around without regard to how much damage they do to the company or product. They put a stake in the heart of your company. Ooh, that's rough. Okay. Agile Otter, Tim Ottinger. It's often surprising to people that a more concise, small, tight little expression like head, middle, tail equals input values. Oh, great. Is more is it more readable than multi-line equivalent? Middle equals list input values. Head equals middle pop 0. Tail equals middle pop -1. Interesting. He's writing code and he's writing code language in Twitter. Okay, so this is my Agile stuff. This is good. Leon wrote this. How many teams should a Scrum Master have? And he has a picture of um, Belichick from the Patriots. So I mean, he's only got one team, right? So how many teams should a Scrum Master have? Good question. I had that debate with people. Sometimes Scrum Masters think the way they get promoted is having more teams underneath their belt. And I'm like, well, maybe, but maybe that's not necessarily true either. Are you doing your service to your teams by spreading yourself too thin? The tester recognize that manager incorporating accessibility techniques in their process. So the new article fitting accessibility testing into agile development. Great. So that's another thing you add to your process where you get more accessibility testing into what you deliver. That's awesome. I agree totally with that. Maria Mattelli, she's doing, what are we doing here? We're doing an event maybe. Adopt agile and comfort with at least amount of resistance. Huh, she's doing a 15-minute Q&A. How to apply agile. I might actually sign up for that. Be interesting. Okay. Give that a little plus. I want to go watch that one. Actually, I want to give, which one did I want to do? I like this one. Where was the one I thought was funny? Oh, I like this one. About that one. So I'll give him a little plus on that one. Give him a little heart. Give him a little love. Give everyone a love that you like reading what they got. It doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt you. Doesn't hurt them. I have never seen an actual Agile shop adopt SAFe or any scaled Agile framework as they grew. They scaled lowercase Spotify up to 1,000 devs, but they do looks nothing like what the hucksters called scaled Agile. I would agree. But there's also something different with Spotify. You can't, they are really tied in with the product and they use the product where a lot of these places don't use the product at all. So let's see. I'm just kind of browse through, see if anything really catches my eye. Tim's out there. Scrum.org is pushing courses, more code from Agile Otter. Let's see. Anybody out there with Edward Deming? Let's say we got a quote from Edward Deming from Al. When you run an experiment to test a practice, what are you testing? The practice or the reasoning on which the practices was based? If you are just trying something, you won't learn much. Experience teaches nothing. In fact, there is no experience to record without theory. Without theory, there's no learning, and that is their downfall. People copy examples and then wonder what the trouble is. I guess, what is the trouble? They look at examples, and without theory, they learn nothing. So in theory, if you adopt something should happen, right? And if you don't have what you are trying to achieve, but you just blindly go adopting it, it really doesn't help you any. All right. Anything else? There's me. Oh, give a plug. I don't want to cut me a moment. We did our podcast today, our 856th episode out there. So that's out there. All-Star. What's All-Star have? Finally going to upgrade my 2014 Mac to 2022, but can't see where to buy configure. Oh, he's gonna update his computer. There we go. Averaging up. Agile thought works. Do. Anything really cool? Oh, there's lots of stuff out there. So you can go and spend your heart's content and see what's out there from a perspective. Okay. So that's it we have for today. I'm going to cut it. We're at 28 minutes. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover today. Here we go. All right. So if you have any comments or, like I said, any areas, questions, jobs you want us to track, let me know. Any countries, cities, towns that you're really interested in. And October 19th, I am doing a encore series with the building the $1 million team. So more than welcome to check out their website. It's IIBA Philadelphia, here in Philadelphia. And that'll be October 19th. So it should be good. I will post some information on that. So if you want, you can tag into that. I have to find out if it's remote or in person. Either way is fine by me. Hopefully we'll broadcast it remotely too, because I like to share with everyone. And with that, I say you have a pleasant night. Thank you very much. And I will experiment putting this on podcast. And happy scrumming. Take care, everyone. And we'll see you next time. And see